and this camera here is good quality. So yep, it's a good quality camera. And next up we have that other tower over there. That has old school incandescence. That's a really tall TV tower, and it has a weird beacon setup kind of, but I gotten used to it. I see it all the time. It's a really tall TV tower. And then there's another tall tower way back there that has 3 tiers of dual ILS 3600s. It used to have 3 tiers of probably 324s. So it's about the same height as the one with the big one with the old school incandescent beacons. And so there's the tower back there. You can see its ILS 3600s are on. It has 3 tiers of them, but it looks like it only has 2. Oh yeah, and there's 2 towers, and the other one's supposed to have 324s, but I'm afraid they don't work, sadly. And then there's another tower down there that's just pretty cool. It has dual dialite LED beacons, dual fading beacons. Probably they're dialates. So you can see one thing strange about this tower is the top old school incandescent beacon flashes, then the middle one flashes, and then the bottom one flashes. So it does look pretty cool though. And then there's a lot of markers too. Below the top incandescent, there's 2 markers, and yeah, stuff like that. So this TV tower and the one that's back there at the modern LEDs, they both have the same flash rate. I mean, they're both the same height, but the beacons are probably. The beacons, I wonder if the incandescent has a 30 FPM night mode or a 20 FPM night mode. I'm not sure. But I know the tower with the ILS 3600s that are back there, the dual modern LEDs, that has the 30 FPM night mode. So again, there's that tower with the old school incandescent beacon right there. And then there's the rest of the tower farm right there. There's the tower with the dual dialite LEDs to the right. It has fading LEDs with the other towers right there. The one to the right has the dual dialite LEDs. There's another one with 3 tiers of modern ILS 3600 LED beacons. So, yep, and then there's a tower with the incandescents, and the top incandescent is not working. We have beacon problems there. And, so, yep, there we have it. So that tower to the right, that's there. It has dual dialite LEDs with a, okay. So now I can view these towers. So we have this one, so this is the one with the old school incandescent beacons, and the one that's back there at the ILS 3600s. You can see it just faintly, very faintly. And then the tower with the dual dialite LEDs is, okay, here we go. So that tower with the dual dialite LEDs to the right has dual fading LEDs. And to the left of that tower, it has 2 beacons very close to the top. You can see that. And to the left of that tower, it has 4 tiers of beacons total. And to the left of that is a tower with 3 tiers of modern ILS 3600s and dual ILS 3600 LED beacons. And there's another tower with incandescent beacons. So here are the towers on night mode, and whoops. Okay, so it takes a while for this camera to focus. So there they are. And sadly, the one with the 3 that's supposed to have 3 incandescents, the third incandescent at the top doesn't work. And you see that one tower with the 2 LEDs close to the top, but it actually has 4 because there's one close to the bottom. So there are the towers again. So it looks like the one with the dialite LEDs is the third one with 30 fading flashes per minute. The towers are again, and the one to the far right has dual dialite LEDs, and the one all the way to the incandescents have a night mode. So they might be old school incandescents. They're probably old school incandescents. Here's the tower again with the old. So there's the one all the way to the right, dialite LEDs, and the one in the middle has ILS 3600s. And the one to the left is supposed to have 3 tiers of incandescents, but sadly the top tier doesn't work. Okay, so then there's that tower with the old school incandescent beacon right there. It's really, really red too. It's like a really red incandescent beacon, and it doesn't look too red to the camera. Look at the towers again, and see the one way back there at the ILS 3600 LED beacons. And over here is a little antenna tower that's beaconless. It did have a beacon. And then there's that tower way up there with the old school LED beacon. It is that one right there. It has an old school LED beacon. And there's a tower somewhere behind these towers, and it has that bad Vanguard LED beacon, FTS 370 or 270. This is way back there. It used to have like strobes and incandescents with the top beacon setup being a strobe and incandescent, and the bottom being just an incandescent. All right, so there's that tower again, and it has the so here's that tower again with the old school LED beacon, and the one with the Vanguard LEDs is way back there. Yeah, and then there's a beacon undercell tower that's beaconless because it is too short. It's much too short. So we have all these towers up here. The casino. There's this casino building. And it has it has dual ILS 3600 beacons. And then we have these other towers down here. This one has white only LEDs. And then there's a tower down there with white only LEDs also. And then those towers that used to have strobe and incandescent beacon setups, they now have these junky FTS 370 LED beacons. You can see them up there. That was why I hated FTS 370 so much, because it used to have a strobe and incandescent setup. It used to shine white at day and red at night with a nice flashing. Oh, and we have all those other TV towers from the tower farm up there. Yep, there they all are. They all look very cool. So there's that the tower with the dual dilate LEDs, that one that used to have the really rare beacons set up, like box strobes, a single strobe, and modern incandescent beacons. Yeah, that's back there. You can actually see it. It looks like it has 3 tiers of beacons, and 2 of them are close to the top. So there they are. There are all those towers. And then that tower with the 3 tiers of ILS 3600s is right there, and the one with the incandescents where the top incandescent doesn't work is right there. And there's another one with ILS 3600s right there. And then there's a tower that's way back. There's another tower that has that old school LED beacon. You can see it's right down there. It's a small tower. It's a part of the tower farm too. So there we have it. The ethanol plant smokestack again. And there's all those other towers down there. And they all look very cool. So some of those towers and that towers, they flash white at day, and some of them do not. Some of them only flash red at night. But most of them do flash white at day and red at night, like those 2 towers. Like those 2 towers that are close to the right. Those have day mode and night mode. White at day, red at night.